Yo, what's going on, y'all? So I just wanted to bring you guys a quick video today. Haven't made a video in a while, but I am now currently 14 weeks out from my first natural bodybuilding show with the OCB. It's going to be in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I think I made a video probably like 9 months ago showing where I was at. At that point, I was 225 pounds. You can go back and look at that video and how big I was. I thought I was like 20% body fat. No way. I was like 28%. Now, I'm like a DEXA verified overall 12%, but my abdomen right now is like a 7%. So it's really, really awesome where I'm at, and it's really getting exciting. But I just wanted to bring a quick message right now to everyone that is trying to get really lean and shredded, especially right now because summertime is like, I mean, it's basically here, but it's not quite like in the middle of it yet. So if you're kind of almost there, you still have time to look to get looking kind of decent, right? So I'm not going to bore you guys right now with any kind of like facts or like methodologies or anything like that. I'm just going to bring a little analogy right now, okay? So, and it's just about getting started. Just about getting started, that's it. So I was thinking about something earlier on how I can make this video and make it interesting and quick and short, sweet and simple, and bring it and kind of dumb it down a little bit to where at any level of fitness that you're at, you can understand it and hopefully comprehend it. So in my opinion, fitness is kind of like, it's like a book, right? Whether you like reading or not like reading, it kind of shares the same principle. So it's kind of like no one wants to start reading a book, right? Majority of us don't. The majority of us don't want to start a cut. You know, we don't want to go to the gym. We don't want to put the long hours. We don't want to have the fear of failure, right? That's a lot of us don't want to fail, and we don't know. So it's kind of with a book. You know, some of us aren't the best readers. Some of us don't know a book to read. You know, some of us just don't know how to comprehend things correctly. It's kind of the same thing in that way. But once you get started, you really have three options. Okay, those three options are, you know, you read a few pages, kind of like you go to the gym for a few days, or you download an app to track your calories. And you know, you read a page or two, you get a week or two in the diet and in the system of working out, and you realize this isn't for me. You know what? This book sucks. I hate it. The storyline's terrible. Reading is awful. Why does anyone do this? Same thing with fitness. You know, I hate being hungry. I hate being sore. I hate sweating. I hate going to the gym. Why do people do this? The six-pack, it's not worth it, right? It's not worth it. So you have those people right there. And if that's you, then that's cool. But, you know, then that's that level, right? So you have option two where you read the book and, you know, you start liking it. You know, you're getting into it, right? And, you know, it's like the gym. You know, you're liking the way you feel. You're seeing your muscles get bigger. You're starting to see progress. You're starting to get people complimenting you. You know, your clothes are fitting better. You're starting to get that motivation. You're starting to get locked into this book. You're starting to get locked into this fitness and this lifestyle, right? Of counting your macros and being good and just living the life of, you know, being a bodybuilder or being, you know, just a physique athlete or being someone who just enjoys fitness and looking good and feeling good for whatever reason. For themselves, for spiritual growth, mental growth, for women or for men or whatever you're into, right? So, and then you have this option right here where, you know, you're reading the book and you're doing really well and you're on your game, you're doing it, right? And then for whatever reason, you stop reading the book. You know, life gets in the way. You know, you have a few hard days at work, or you have a few hard days at school, or you have some problems somewhere else in your life, and you don't want to go home and read that night. You know, you're like, I don't want to read the book. I don't want to read the book tonight. The book will be here tomorrow, right? So you stop reading it, and then, you know, that becomes an easy out. You know, you've already given yourself an excuse to stop, right? And you're like, okay, on my hard days, I'm not going to read. On my days I have this problem, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. You've given yourself that out, right? Same thing with the gym. You've given yourself that out. Once you stop, when you start making excuses and you start like bargaining with yourself, when things get hard, you start, you know, losing a little bit, right? So at that point, these people will stop reading the book. You know, once they get a quarter, halfway, even 3/4 of the way through the book, right? They're almost there. They're doing great. The hardest part is really about done. Making that habit of doing something is the hardest part. But once you do it, people still, it dies off, right? And then they come back a month or two later when they refine the motivation, and, you know, they forgot what they left off in the book. They're like, oh, I don't remember this character. I don't remember where this was at. I don't remember this storyline. I don't remember that little minuscule detail. So what you do is you have to go back 2 or 3 chapters or restart the whole book in general, right? Same thing with a fitness journey. You work out for 2 or 3 months, and then you go 2 or 3 months without tracking your macros or your diet, you don't work out, you're back to square one, if not even a little bit in the negative, in the red, right? So it just takes more to get back to where you're at, and then you're constantly in the battle of spinning your wheels, and you never get ahead, right? And after 3 or 4 of these cycles, lasting 4 months each, that's a year and a half of your life. That's a year and a half, potentially longer, how many times you do this cycle, right? And that can be very debilitating and depleting to the mental psyche and physically. It's tough, right? So, or you have the people who are number 3. You have the people who read the book, who do it. They come home and they realize, I had a hard day, but when I read this book, I really feel good. I really can get into it. I can focus. I can get into another place, and I really enjoy it. All right, I enjoy the way it makes me feel. I enjoy the emotions that it gets out of me. Same thing with the gym. When you look at the gym and fitness and this lifestyle as a relief or as a health benefit or something that helps you conquer struggles in your life, it no longer becomes a chore to do it, right? You look forward to doing it. So once you reach that level, it's no longer an issue having to do it because you're no longer thinking to yourself, oh man, I have to do this, or oh man, it's the gym time, or oh man, I have to go home and finish my 3 pages of reading tonight. You just do it because you enjoy doing it. And when you enjoy doing something, not only are you going to do it more, but you're going to get lost into it. And it's going to become part of you, right? And it's going to just exude off of you. People are going to see it. It's wonderful. And you're going to get better at it. And people are going to want to know how you've gotten so good. And you're not going to know how you've gotten so good because it's just become habit. And it's just part of your lifestyle now. So you have these 3 people, right? You have people that quit, that give it a shot and quit. You have the people who are on the right track and are really doing it, and they stop because it gets tough, and they get back on it, and they have to restart. That's the most common, in my opinion. You see the guys in the gym who look the same after 5 years. It's crazy. They just spin their wheels. That was me for a long time, so I'm not putting no one down. That was me. I fell in that category. And then you have option 3, whereas you want to get to. That's everyone's dream and goal in life, right? It's whatever you're doing, whether it's fitness, relationships, school, work, your career, whatever. You want to be able to make it a craft that is so good it becomes part of you. It's no longer a chore. You do it whether you have adversity in your life or whether life's going really, really good. So that's my rant on how I'm going to compare it to like reading a book. It's something no one wants to do. It sounds terrible, but you have 3 options. And those are your options. And I tell you what, when you read that book, you're going to feel good about yourself, and you're going to be smarter, and you're going to be urging. You're going to be just biting at the bit to find that next book that catches your interest. And that next book is your next fitness goal, right? That's your next goal. That's your next way to break through a plateau. That's your motivation, right? So as long as you keep that in mind, you can go into it knowing you're going to have a hard time. But once you make it a lifestyle and you find a more of an intrinsic motivation, more than a motivation for doing it for someone else or something else, like doing it for women or doing it for men or something, right? It's gonna last you a while, but it's gonna burn out real quickly. So when you do it for yourself and your self-happiness and self-soothing, it's going to last a lot longer. But either way, it's all good. But again, like I said, on my journey right now, 13 and a half weeks out, started at 244 pounds. Now I'm at 168, right? And the cuts are coming in, man. It looks great. We are going good. 6-pack is fully in. I'm not going to show that quite yet. That's a little sneak peek. But let's do it, guys. Let's kill it. You got summer. We're gonna do it. So that's my rant. Let's do it. Deuces.